We need reform. House of Lords chaos exposed by members of upper chamber. The House of Lords has come under fresh scrutiny this afternoon after the upper chamber was exposed, by one of its own peers, for its archaic practices. Members of the House of Lords mocked procedures in the chamber after crucial parliamentary time was spent debating hereditary peers. Lord Adonis drew attention to the situation in a post on Twitter. He wrote, "In this great crisis of the nation's affairs, the House of Lords is debating hereditary peers by-elections." He responded by saying, "We should simply have ended these ridiculous by-elections to keep topping up the number of hereditary peers years ago." Several other observers also condemned the move on social media. One user said, "Oh dear. Westminster needs reform from top to bottom. Priorities A." A second frustrated user added, "You couldn't make it up, to be honest." Another Lib Dem peer, Sarah Ludford, branded the hereditary peer system absurd, and explained it had also delayed a debate on Brexit legislation. In a post on Twitter, she wrote, "Our urgent question on Brexit talks is being held up by Tory peers objecting to a decision of the Lords powers that be to postpone a hereditary peers by-election, which are of course absurd anyway." The coronavirus pandemic has delayed the process and 4 vacancies have since emerged in the upper chamber. House of Lords Act in 1999 removed the automatic right of hereditary peers to take a seat in the Lords but allowed a total of 92 to remain in place. The process for electing hereditary peers has come under fire in recent years as only those who are affiliated to a party can put themselves forward and the electorate is made up of the hereditary peers who are already sitting. The process was exposed in 2016 when there was a by-election for a Liberal Democrat vacancy. As there were only 3 Lib Dem hereditary peers, the electorate was 3, while the number of candidates was 7. The House of Lords renewed its rift with number 10 this afternoon after peers inflicted fresh defeats on the government's controversial Brexit bill. The Internal Market Bill returned to the Lords this afternoon after MPs rejected recommendations put forward by peers. The government has since removed controversial parts of the legislation, which threatened to break international law, after reaching an agreement with the EU in relation to goods travelling from Northern Ireland to the UK. But peers renewed demands for the devolved administrations to have greater powers. The House of Lords backed by 332 votes to 229, majority 103, a move that would allow agreed divergence from the rules through so-called common frameworks. Cabinet Office Minister Lord Trew stressed the role of the UK Parliament in safeguarding a market across all parts of our kingdom. He said, "We cannot afford to risk denying our citizens the ability to trade seamlessly across the United Kingdom as they do now."